on Maui. I'm your host, Steven Freid. We're coming to you live from Pai, Thailand. And we are in a beautiful space here. And these are the two owners of this incredible resort here in Pai. It's, I think, the most beautiful place in Pai. Great restaurant. And we want to ask them some questions. First of all, well, thank you for doing the interview.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, Steve.
Give me your hand. Yeah. All right. And say the name of this place.
Pai River Corner Resort. Pai being the village.
Exactly. And what is it? You're from Australia. What is it that brought you to Pai? And why did you decide to open this resort?
Yeah, Pai is quite a bohemian town, and it's very much like an art town that you have in the US. So there's lots of music bars. There's a large art community here. There's quite a multicultural community. There's villages in the mountains that are just made up of Japanese. So it offers a very sort of bohemian lifestyle. At the same time, we've got this beautiful mountain valley with all the river and the trees and so on. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And on Maui, we have something similar. It's Hana, and people are willing to drive 3 hours along a windy road to get to Hana. Why do you think people love Pai and they're willing to drive 3 hours to get here? What you said is why they are willing to come here?
Yeah, most people come here because they're told by other travellers, you should go to Pai. I think initially they find it quite daunting, the trip over the mountain. But if you stay in Pai, there's a saying, if you stay in Pai 3 days, you'll stay here 3 months. And if you stay 3 months, you won't leave. And I think that's the case for us. And it's a case for a lot of foreigners that are living here in the valley. It's a very, it's a Thai community, but it's a Thai community which has accepted the presence of foreigners such as ourselves, and so you feel quite at home here.
Well, I do. I feel very calm and at home here. I wanted to ask you something that's been on my mind and on Adele's mind. Adele is doing the camera work beautifully, as always. I wanted to ask you, what is the appeal of a Thai wife? Why do white men like Thai wives?
Maybe we are
Be
so
as
nice.
be real.
We are so nice and we sincere. We work hard or something. Tell them.
All of that. I think because of the Thai society and the way women are brought up, there is an appeal in Thai women. I think because of their cultural heritage. I find it a difficult question to answer.
Oh, and the reverse. How would you answer the question? What's appealing about being with a Caucasian man?
Caucasian man. For Thai woman is quite, in the old day when I was born, long time ago. I'll tell you my age. But we have to work a lot, work hard to be accepted in the society of men working. So for us, especially for working women like me, it's very hard for Thai men to accept it. So, in equal status, so the foreigners who understand different culture, so we can get along well in that kind of
Well, let me ask you a more pointed question. And again, I don't know if you're willing to answer or not. Is there something less demanding, maybe, about a Thai woman? It may be easier to get along with in some way. Is there an aspect of that? Because I notice a lot of men who come here, even from Hawaii. There's a big influx of people who come to Thailand. I know a couple right now who are coming here to meet a Thai wife, and I think a lot of it is men are tired of the demanding kind of woman, and I'm wondering if women are less demanding here. What's your experience with that? Honest. Be as honest as you can.
Look, I I don't really see it as a question of Thai women versus, say, Australian women or American women. Yeah, I met my wife and I fell in love with her, and if she was a European woman, it would have been the same thing. So it's a little bit coincidental that she's Thai. So I'm not too sure that it's about Thai women versus European originating women. You know, I think, as I say, but societies sort of do put pressure on couples, and I think that it's a bit easier with a Thai wife as far as some of those pressures are concerned.
I think in another aspect, either Thai wife or Thai husband, you know, most of Western want to live in Thailand basically because our country is so nice. People are very generous, smiles, and you know, good heart. That's the basic. I think most of people who want to live in Thailand, they want to establish so they got Thai family in Thailand. I think because that's one thing.
That's right. I think if I chose to live in Holland, because Holland, say, let's use that as an example.
Yeah.
I think it's quite likely then that I'd eventually marry probably a Dutch woman. So it's a little bit about the place you're at, and I don't think you go to a place saying I'm going to that place because I want to marry you know, this nationality woman.
Actually, that's not completely true, because there are men that I know who particularly come here because they want to marry a Thai woman.
Really?
Oh, believe me.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me. It's it's very particular. I want to marry a Thai woman. I have two friends coming. One's here now. One's on his way here to meet a Thai woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
That's just,
So there you go. That you've got a you have a reputation for being sweet. Maybe it's sweet.
But most of the foreigners in Pai, particularly, they come here and they fall in love with Pai.
With Pai
with
and
Pai,
Thailand.
and they just couldn't leave Pai, so they just spend their life and their day-to-day life in Pai, and then one day they met some Thai.
There are some couples here in Pai that are Thai men with Western wives.
Yeah.
So
It goes both
it
ways.
goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
But concerning your point about people coming to Thailand, particularly to meet a Thai woman, a Thai wife, yeah, I think there's probably many cases of that, but I don't hear of it too often.
Okay. And I forgot to ask both of your names.
Jang.
And Darren.
And I know you have a corporate background, right? To some degree, and you have
Same thing.
same thing, and you decided to, I don't want to say give those up, but move on and create this beautiful, I just want to say again, this is a beautiful place. I want to know why did you make that decision, and how is it for you? How long have you had this place? A few questions. How long have you had it, and how is this for you running this place?
We got this place, Pai River Corner, for about 10 years.
You own it for 10 years?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we just plan to have a place after retirement, at that time. So we bought the place. Since there was nothing here, just bamboo hut. So we built it bit by bit over years. So over 10 years, and then we retire, early retirement, and come here and live here.
So, I mean, what happened is that 10 years ago, Jang had finished some business studies, and we thought we'd play with a small business. And so we bought this place, having the idea that it would be a hobby business.
And when you say bought this place, you actually mean bought the property. Was any of this here when you bought it?
There were some bamboo huts, so it was a very backpacker little establishment. And we both had corporate jobs, based in Bangkok, traveling throughout Asia. After we started to build the place up, we realized that why should we have a place in Pai? Everyone else enjoy our place, and we're down in Bangkok in the working hard. So about 5 years ago, we thought we'd retire from our corporate world, and come up here full time. And it's been fabulous. Very busy. Jang is the president of the local tourist club, so she's very busy promoting Pai and helping other small businesses in the valley, and also working with the Thai Tourist Association, promoting Thailand in general. So for us, it's a full-time job.
Obviously, and you know, you're here to greet people. You greeted us very warmly when we came in. You were just lovely to us, and that's why we decided we wanted to interview you. You're just lovely people. And what's your website people can go to and see a little bit about this?
The website is www.pairivercorner.com.
Okay, sounds wonderful. Well, there's some music in the background, so we're going to wrap up the interview for now. So, live from Pai, Thailand, this is Life on Maui, and for now, aloha!
Call me crazy, but I'm never